Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. The fact that the workers at C.O. Williams Construction Company, the fact that they walked off, it means nothing. It means nothing until they can shut C.O. Williams completely down and make sure that when they walk off, no one else can get the jobs, because it's not good that they walk off and C.O. Williams hire other people. That they have to stop that from happening. So until that happens, until there is a total shutdown, they ain't doing nothing. You have someone that looks, a guy who looks as though he's like maybe 18 months pregnant, standing in front of you talking on your behalf. That is not going to do nothing to help you. C.O. Williams is not going to give you any more money than they'll want to give you. They'll throw pennies at you and you'll go back. You guys walk off for what? Half an hour? An hour? I mean, you guys have no bone. There's no bone, there's no bite behind your bark. Okay? You got to do things the way you see things happen historically that work. And that means C.O. Williams, they're either going to have to pay you what you think you're worth and to keep that company in business, or you shut it down. You get your friends not to buy, you get your neighbors not to go to the C.O. Williams to not borrow, what do they do, rent stuff? You get the government, because C.O. Williams, they actually work for the government and you're the taxpayers. You have to get the government to stop employing C.O. Williams. But you standing outside and have a pregnant guy standing there in front of the cameras talking on your behalf, and you acting as though your face is all like serious. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. You know you're not doing nothing. You know that you're not doing anything. And the fact that they said that they were going to work with the pay, and this was something going on for years now, this bargaining agreement, and you guys thinking that you're not being paid well enough, and the wage negotiations, you guys have been going through this now for many decades. I've heard people saying that they have worked for C.O. Williams and the other one, what's his name, Maloney, whatever his company is, for 30 years and never gotten a raise. Never got a raise. So you are doing it to yourselves. Okay, you guys are doing this thing to yourselves. So the only way you can get out of it is to unmake that bed. You made the bed, so you have to lay in it. So you have to unmake that bed that you made up, okay? You have to close C.O. Williams down. Workers of C.O. Williams Construction Company, all of you would have to shut it down, close it down. You guys are going to have to go on the breadline. You guys are going to have to suffer a little bit, but to prove your point, you're going to have to shut it down. You're going to have to bring C.O. Williams to their knees. Whoever is behind C.O. Williams, is it busy? Did he take over from his brother? I don't know. But whoever is the head of C.O. Williams Construction, you're going to have to bring that person to their knees. And from looking at it, that person may be a white person. And since when have you seen a white person on their knees begging the Negroes? Since when have you seen that? Recently? I can't recall it happening, especially in a place like Barbados. I don't recall that happening. You guys have got to shut them down. You cannot come. It's embarrassing. I just want to tell you, this is embarrassing when I see you off the job, and then the next day you're back on the job, and then 6 months later, a year later, you come back out and say you're off the job for the same issue. This is not new. This ain't nothing new. This is the same issue. You look bad. You look really bad coming into the news with the same issue day in and day out. It's almost as though there's a season for it. Is there a season for this? The other day, I was looking at your paper and it talked about egg shortage. I was like, oh, is that season already? It's like there's a season for everything. I swear to you, I saw it in your news about egg shortage and Christmas coming up and the holidays. Every year, they can just pull up the paper. They could just go back in the archives and pull up what they did last year, November, and print it again. It's almost as though there's a season for everything. So there's a season, what? Is it because Christmas is coming up and you have to buy gifts and that kind of stuff? You suddenly decided that the wage negotiations from last year, from whenever you last walked off, it wasn't really done. It just came to your mind? You didn't know that when it wasn't done? When you went back on the job and it wasn't done, it wasn't in your paycheck, you will see it in your paycheck. Come on, guys. You have to shut it down. I've said this before too. So there's a season for me saying this. When you come out and you do this, my season starts back up again and it says, shut C.O. Williams down. And you need to talk to your government because your government hired C.O. Williams to do the roads. They do some heavy duty stuff in Barbados. You gotta shut them down. You gotta shut it down because if they are making the money from taxpayers' money and from wherever else they're working, other islands or wherever else they are, they should be able to pay you a decent salary so this doesn't happen every season. Okay? So shut it down. Shut C.O. Williams Construction Company down. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.